the future of one of the most beloved safe spaces for the LGBTQ plus community was front and center at a public meeting tonight. Michelle Mackey with what residents had to say about the fate of Hanlan's Point.
New runway safety requirements for Billy Bishop Airport have advocates concerned about the future of Hanlan's Point.
The more people that are funneled through, it's not specifically people that are trying to access that type of safety or that type of community, and that might mean they harm us.
The options proposed to meet the federal runway and safety area, or RISA, regulation each provide an additional buffer zone should a plane, for example, overshoot a runway. Friends of Hanlan's, an advocacy group fighting for the preservation of the historically queer space that sits adjacent to the island airport, is specifically concerned about the third option, or RISA 3. Along with taxiway improvements and minimum landmass, RISA 3 would also include an unrestricted airside and landside road that would loop around the additional buffer zone at an estimated cost of $160 to $175 million. Advocates say this would make Hanlan's the primary point of access for the whole island by linking the pedestrian tunnel to the airport with the Hanlan's Point ferry docks, destroying the remoteness that makes it Canada's oldest surviving queer space. But Ports Toronto, the federal agency that operates the island airport, says it would not be a public access road. But on Ports Toronto's online presentation deck, they do say a future consideration for RISA 3 is, quote, possible space allocation for provision of landside perimeter pathway for public use. Councillor Ozma Malik adds a decision has not been made on any option, and that's what this public consultation is all about.
The residents who are raising the concerns around Hanlan's are very fair, and those are questions that should be raised. And we have a safety obligation to fulfill, and we have to be able to do it in a way that ensures that it can be done in the time frame.
As for the other options, RISA 1 would provide minimum landmass to meet the requirement at an estimated cost of $61 to $64 million, and RISA 2 would add an additional taxiway on top of that for $93 to $97 million, to be paid for by Ports Toronto. The required regulations need to be in place by July of 2027, and a report about tonight's meeting will come to Council this Thursday. At the Enercare Centre, Michelle Mackey, City News.